Okay, good morning to all of you. So, hope you are ready for the examination, right? Yeah, morning, right? So, examination will start at 9 o'clock, right? So, what is your preference? Do you want to, can you do it here or you want left? You requested, I got the message, you already requested, so you can use it, right? No problem. So, if you are, then you need to leave to the lab too, right? Already available. So, then again, you need to come here because there is no smartphone. Right? So you start the lecture here. Right? So, from what you stop, right? So you get ready for the examination, right? And then you can do your examination in the computer labs there. Right? And again, after finishing, you can finish this or right? You continue the lecture, right? Until 12 o'clock, right? Okay, so now can you remember what we talked about in the last time? We talked about the perfect market, sorry, monopoly market, right? And the perfect market structure, right? So we talk about basically the price determination, no, and the equilibrium in the monopoly market. And we look at the some of the important curves, right? The demand curve for the monopoly firm, the market level curve, right? And how the price is determined, right? And how the equilibrium, profit maximization, determined the short run and the long run. Right? So with that, now we are moving actually, right? The monopoly before moving to the however, there are different monopoly special features. Yeah, right. Now we know that using the monopoly power, but when you can the price discrimination, right? So that is using the monopoly power, right? The monopoly firm can charge different prices from different customers, right? By selling same quantity, right? So that is the meaning of the price discrimination, right? So there can be different types of price discrimination, right? So now one time we can identify the first order differentiation, right? And likewise second order differentiation, right? So the first instance, right? You can see now the monopoly can charge different prices, right, from different customers for the same quantity, right? So now here, so that is the monopoly ability, right? Using monopoly power, right? So and even in the same customers, you also can charge different prices, right? By selling same quantity, right? Now here it says different prices from different customers. Right? Now actually now you know that that is something the monopoly firm must know, right, in order to do that, right? So that means you need to assess the reservation price. So that is called reservation price, right? So the monopoly firm or monopoly can ascertain the actual price the consumers are willing to take. You can observe or you can, based on experience, right? So we can test the how much consumers are willing to pay. Actually, how much consumers are willing to pay. Based on that, we can use the price discrimination. For an example, you know that payment share, right? The payment. That's yeah, right? So we can use the monopoly power, right? Charging different prices of different customers, right? So, that is the monopoly situation we can observe there, right? And then the second instance, charging different prices from same customer, right? For different quantities. Here, same customer normally can charge by selling different quantities. Right? So that means you know that if we buy 1 unit, no, right? We need to pay the amount, right? Per unit cost, the price, right? We buy more, right? So there will be some kind of reduction is there. Right? I do one, but at free, no, right? And that's because they're not free, right? If you buy four, right, you will get two, no? Right? Then there, if you ascertain the per unit cost, per unit price, there is a declining trend, right? Monopoly can charge different prices there. We charge different prices from different customers, right? So that is the case, right? So if you buy two, now we know that the yogurts, no, right? Island yogurts or other yogurts, no, right? If you buy five, right? One is free. Some yogurts you buy five, you will get two free, right? So like that, right? Then if you calculate the volume, there will be different price, right? Charged by different people, right? So that is the second instance, right? So that's also paid monopoly. Monopoly has power to sell different quantities for the same customer, right? And another thing is charging different prices for the same quantity from different group of customers. Here, group, right? So we can charge different prices, right? By selling same quantity, no, from different group of customers, right? So, for an example, you know that if you go to the universities, national universities, right? So there are the prices in the Coca-Cola or something, so, right? So that means the price based on the price sensitivity, right? The monopolist can decide the price, right? So if there is a high sensitivity, we charge lower price, right? There is high lower sensitivity, can charge high price, right? Now, provider, right? So they can charge high price, right? Because there is a lower sensitivity of price, right? Even though the price increase, right? You know that there will be no significant like demand, right? We can make it profitability, right? So that is another thing we need to do, right? In the, you know that tickets also, like economy class and business class, right? Two different prices based on the capacity, right? Based on the sensitivity, price elasticity, right? So that is the third instance, right? So likewise, the monopoly has the power, right? To discriminate the price, right? So you can sell different product or the same product, right? At different market, at different prices, right? So that is the monopoly power using the price discrimination. Okay. Right. Now then we are moving to the other market structure, right? So that is the monopolistic competition, right? So the most that is also very important in market structure, right? Competition, right? So we call it as imperfect competition, right? Imperfect competition, right? Here, this is also we know that two extreme situations, right? One is perfect competition, other one is the monopoly, right? Your monopoly. In between these two, right? We can identify the imperfect competition or monopolistic competition. When we say the monopolistic competition, it is more towards the perfect competition. You can observe some monopoly features also there, but it is more towards the perfect competition. So once you look at the yes, it's newly added. So there will be now different between that, right? In between that, there will be different changes and pay, right? You need to take those things by yourself. Right? Okay. Right. Now, this mixture we can find in the real world market, right? So, what's the competition? So, once you highlight, once you analyze the monopolistic competitive market, right? You see most of the features more similar to the competitive market structure, right? Right. Now we see to take the retail business, right? So that is a good example for the monopolistic company. There are large number of firms, right? In such markets, right? Most also the market field, right? So, so what important thing is with the monopoly features, right? These market structures we see some kind of monopoly power also exercise these points, right? That's one of the features we can observe, right? So if you look at the main features, right? In a monopoly market, monopolistic competitive market, right? So here we observe there are large number of buyers and sellers, right? Which are the sellers, right? So that means this market also highly competitive, right? This market is also highly competitive, right? And the other one is on the other competitive situation, free entry is there, right? Free entry is there, right? There is no restriction for the entry into the market, right? That is a competitive market situation, right? And the homogeneous, that's actually here the products are not homogeneous, right? But they are differentiated. Differentiated products we can see. Not the perfectly substitutes, right? But in the market, right? So that is the situation, right? So you see, perfectly competitive market, perfect substitutes, right? And here, those are not perfectly substitute, right? But differentiated product, right? And the other one, right? From monopoly power, right? Exercise, right? Price differentiation, no, right? So now each firm has that may be changed time to time, right? Market, right? The competition, right? Even though this is some monopoly powers are there, right? So there's a competitive feature, no, right? Track the market, right? So that market share change time to time, right? Each firm is having significant market share, right? And another one is there is less interdependence, right? So because there's a certain level of competition among the that is one feature we can observe there, right? Because of the differentiated products, right? Competitive markets can differentiate products, right? So they have their own pricing policy, right? They can exercise, right? On the monetary powers, price, they can determine, right? Like the competitive firm, we know that firms are price takers, right? And here, not that much, right? Price takers, they have the significant market shares, right? So they can charge their own price, right? Then those features we can observe in a monopolistic competitive market. Okay. So those are the features, right? So is it clear? Right. Now you must be able to compare the different market structures, right? By weakness, right? Perfectly competitive or monopoly and the monopolistic competition, right? And if you look at finally the oligopoly market, even, right? So, must be able to compare, right? And impact also you must be able to discuss, right? So these are the basic features that you can observe in the perfect market competition, right? Imperfect competition, right? Right. And another important, apart from those features, right? So we can highlight the customer loyalty. Right? Another important observation that we can make when you look at this market structure, no? Right? So the customer loyalty is there, right? Because our firm has significant market share, right? Some sort of monopoly price determination also there, right? And decrease the competition, right? So they use this customer loyalty, right? So as a factor, right? To attract the customers for them, right? And other one is the product of one firm is substitute to the product of other firms, right? So there is not perfect substitute, right? Some sort of substitution is there, right? Right. Substitution effect is there, right? So the consumers, they can substitute the product, right? To other firms, but with that, there is a competition created, right? So that's why the customer loyalty is important, right? For them to maintain their market share, right? This product substitute. But if we compare with the perfect competition, right? Like perfect competitions, right? These products are not perfectly substituted, right? So that's also we can use, right? That's an important element, right? In the monopolistic competition, right? Customer loyalty, right? So now, if you look at the demand, what sort of demand curve faced by the monopolistic competitive firms? Now we know that in a perfectly competitive firm, shape of the demand curve is perfectly elastic. That's not so. From the price taker, right? Everything is determined by the market force, right? If you take dependent firm, it's a price taker, right? So those firms has no influence, no, right? Determination of price or the quantity, right? But in other case, monopoly, pure monopoly, we observe that since the firm has some ability to control like the price or the quantity, no, right? The firm cannot control both, no, right? Price and the quantity at the time, no, right? So one thing can be determined by the firm, which is the monopoly power. Other one is the demand. Fix the price, demand is depend on the right? So therefore, we observe normally the downward sloping demand curve, right? So what kind of shape is there? That is relatively steep, right? Steeper curve, right? So but when it comes to the in between these two, right? Now we are talking the monopolistic competition, right? So that means we have the relatively now see there is some sort of monopoly power also there, right? Perfect competition, no, right? Firm can charge price, no, right? So there is those firms also face downward sloping demand, right? But compared with the monopoly firms, right? Relatively, but elastic, right? Not steeper, flatter, right? So it's also downward sloping, right? Now we see in the red line, right? So that is the monopolistic competition, right? It is the perfect competition, right? And then the steeper demand curve faces by the monopoly firm, right? Downward sloping. In the monopolistic competition also, right? So downward sloping, similar type curve, but more flatter curve than the qualified, no, right? You compare it, right? So here you can see, right? Normally we know that as we mentioned in the first discussion, right? So, we know that demand curve, right? The imperfect market, no, right? Or the market, imperfect market, right? Monopoly, competition, or oligopoly, which is sort of downward sloping demand curve, right? For sort of control over the price, no, right? So that's right. Even in the when you talk about the oligopoly, right? So even though the price is not the effective instrument there, right? There can be a price that involves, no, between the firm, even in the oligopoly market, right? So therefore, that's why those firms also exercise some sort of control over the price. So that's why we observe all these imperfect markets, no, right? Downward sloping demand, right? But in the compared in the monopoly firm, right? The monopolistic competitive firm, we have relatively elastic demand, right? Okay, right. So then we need to talk about equilibrium, right? So now we need to get ready for the examination, right? Okay, right? 8:40, right? So 5 minutes, right? Then you can ready for the examination in relaxed manner, right? Because it is not a difficult question, right? So it's very easy, right? So take it seriously, right? You have the enough time, right? So you can that means you can record out of 25, right? Right. So after finishing, you can see your record also, right? Your performance, right? You can be satisfied, right? It's not a difficult question, right? But carefully read the questions, right? And answer the questions very carefully, right? Right. Okay. So, do you have any questions to ask? Any questions regarding the exam? Review, right? Okay, right. Okay, right. So, we have the 5 minutes, right? When you talk about equilibrium, right? Monopolistic competition, right? So, now we know that the short run and the long run situation, right? So, under this normal downward sloping demand curve, no, right? We can see profit maximization that is more similar to the monopoly firm, right? More similar to the monopoly firm, even in the monopolistic competition, right? So we know that monopoly firms, short run and the long run, no, right, earn supernormal profit, right? When it comes to the monopolistic competition, right, short run, no problem, right? So since the firm has some control, right, and that re-entry also, that is also important, right? In the as a competitive feature, right? So short run situation is not a problem, right? So using the monopoly pricing, right? So the firm can charge higher price above the average cost, no, right? Right in the short run, right? So that means short run, those firms earn supernormal profits, right? Okay, so I will stop, right? Right. So you can, what is your decision? All of you are going to the lab, no? Convenient for, right? Because otherwise there should be a person there. I asked the people to come, right? So what is your decision? If you go to the lab, you can do it, no? Right? Okay, so then online participants, I need to give the password also, right? So you need to log into the LMS, no, right? Password is until you know common password is there, right? The password is SAP 123, right? Okay, those who are using the come to the online platform, right? SAP 123, right? Is the password, right? If you are looking, if you enter the password, then 123, right? Then we will open the number, right? And we have only one attempt, right? So within 30 minutes, right? You need to answer all the questions, right? Yes. So online participants, take the password, SAP 123, right? Log into the examination platform, right? And you need to answer 25 questions. Half an hour. Okay, so we can go to the left there. So after the law examination, please come to the door, right? No. Here one by you confirm the light. I get it. And the tradition they will launch it. Okay, right. ඒගොල්ලෝ අතෝ ලැබ් එකේ කරන්නේ. right. ඔයගොල්ලෝ පුළුවන් ඒක. කමියුනිකේෂන් සයිඩ් බලන්න පුළුවන්. අපි අර ඇතුළේ एक बार I found the extension. Extension. Can you all hear me? People who are in the Teams meeting. B exemption batch. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
You all log into the LMS for the quiz.
Yes, sir, yeah, we already log in.
Hope everyone got access. So when you are attending, there is a password you have to enter. That 1, 2, 3, then you can do the work, right?
Yeah.
Professor will log into your Zoom meeting little while. So if there is any question, please contact and tell, right? I hope
Okay.
5 students. I hope all the 5 students are doing the exam, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay,
Additional break ගන්න කියනවා. අතර දෙනානේ ඉන්නේ. අතර ඉන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලන් සිස්ටම්. Oh, system.
So those who have finished, you can go out. Right? Those who have finished, you can go out.
ඉතින් කම්පියුටර් එකේ තිබුණ ඉවරයි. මාක්ස් ආවනේ පුදු. මාක්ස් ආව. ලොග් අවුට් වෙලා යන්න. Those who have finished, you can see the marks. Then after that, you can go out from the LLS and you.
So you can take your break now, right? So if you have finished, you can go, right? Okay, after the break, now there is a break. After the break, sharply at 10 o'clock, we will start the lesson lecture, right? Okay. For the assignment, yes. Group assignment. So I will. That's the one you need to refer the material when you listen to the lecture. You can take it. The lecture. So everything is here, but there should be coming from your side also. So that's why I will do that way. On university also I am doing same thing. Physical lectures. You need to do something. Yeah, otherwise just listening. Almost you can. Me and refer, there's no time to do that. Right? So that's the one. So remember all these things. Final destination. So that's why so from your side also some commitments. So because if you take the notes something you write, if you keep it in your mind, this one if you see without giving much attention, right? That will not be stored. Your side. Here you can't prefer the right.
I'll send the Excel sheet.
Right. Hey, laptop එක මම කරලා I will display the elements. Till I did. Next week, is the time duration next week. So we have the presentation also. Class. But I noticed that you have done the work there, right? Very interesting. Making presentation also nice. Yeah, I got all the marks there. Somebody from the first question. Even what is asking people to I didn't or not, I will upload some of the things. How about your thing? I still have a lot of I see some questions you get, people you get, you get into the further material that thing. That's why you can go here and there, if there is any problem, you can just leave the person. Go to the other one. That actually there is no order, it's upper. Yes, It's prohibited to take the printouts. You are not allowed to take the printout for any. Yeah, it's cool. How about it's easy? The name for people. Yeah. And some person say difficult. And some person say difficult, very difficult. Huh? And some person say moderate, manage, can manage. Oh, very easy. Well, not difficult. I manage. Huh? Because you are referring all the notes, right? Then you will spend so much of time per question. Even though it's an open book, right? If you take the material here and if you refer those material, time is definitely the problem for you, right? You need to do some homework and home, right? Otherwise, it's very difficult. Questions are direct, not directly from the lectures. I guess general questions are not right. Some are direct, some are very easy, right? Without just you can give the answer, all right? So normally, if it is an open book, the questions are not given from the lecture, based on the lecture, right? Something strictly very right. It will be asked. But I just asked some easy questions also, right? because I do not like to see your bad performance, right? So, okay, so out of 25, how many of you got out of 25? Out of 25, 25 marks. Anyone? About 20? No, about 20, no. 15 to 20? 2, 3. Then about 10, 10 to 15. Yeah, I mean, look at your marks, right, or your free, right? So I thought to give you 25 marks for this, right? So then, so we will manage the marks accordingly, right, based on your performance, right? Otherwise, we will get marks, right? Okay. So now we have the another assignment is there, right? And there will be a presentation also. So we have 2 more weeks, right? So by next week, I will upload some of the marks you obtained, right, for the continuous assessments, right, including this one also, right? And we have one more to go, right? So the deadline is today, you know, the assignment also. So we submit it, right? And there will be a presentation. Can we take the presentation next week? Because now we have 2 more weeks. And also we need to submit your all the continuous assessment marks by next week. Now we have already done it, right? With your groups, right? So without now, if we take so much of time, right, we will sometimes we forget all the what we have done, no, right? So it's better if you prepare for the presentation also, right? As a group, right? So 5 members, at least there must be 3 members must present the ideas with your group, right? At least. So from the group, each group, at least 3 members must present. Right? Get shared, right? 2 members will get benefit, right? So, but you can, if you think that all of the members must present, you can do that. They also no matter, right? But you need to. Time is 15 minutes.
How many slides? Is there any limited?
No, you can manage it, right? Depending on time, 15 minutes, right? And there will be no question and answer sessions.
No.
That's a question, right? Okay, right. So, okay, right. So 15 minutes will be allocated, right? 5 groups are there, right? So, that you sometimes, right? From the next week, right? So there will be a presentation, right? Next week, right? At the end of the lecture. So, okay, right? So we talk about your performance in the institute test, right? Today's test, right? Online average, I think most of you have, I think no one out of 25 are there. Then between 10 to 15, right, range. Actually, you can get more. I thought that you will get more. Right? It's 20 something. Right? So, okay, right. So that is the MCQ, no, the classroom test, MCQs. It's not even the direct questions, right? So that, right, you need to think something and answer the questions, right? One question is there very easy, the calculation question, right? Very easy, no, right? And there are other set of questions, easy questions, right? You have. Right? Okay, so if you refer some materials and other things, right? You will get more, right? I hope, right? I assume that way, right? Okay. So in the average level, right? All of you have, right? So therefore, you need to commit more, right? Right. So let's give the message right to you, right? The next the final exam, right? So therefore, you need to pay more attention, right? And it's a message given to you, right? It's right. So now we cover the until last week, right? We think that we discussed most of the things, right? But in the final exam, you need to write more, right? Therefore, you need to analyze the things that is right, and some calculations are there, right? So, and you need to write the story behind the practical explanations, no, right? So, likewise, no, right? So, therefore, you ready for that, right? Based on the theories, no, right? And, right. So now that is the message given to you, right? So you need to pay more attention, right? And get ready for the final exam, right? So at last, I will tell you the structure of the paper also, right? So that is the thing, right? And we have one more too, right? So next week we will have the presentation for the group assignment, right? Okay. So get ready your group, right? For the presentation, right? You can do it in an innovative way, right? More attractive way for the audience, right? Marks will be given accordingly, right? And the time management also very important. 15 minutes allocated for the presentation, right? Okay. So at least 3 members in your group must present, right? Depending on the time, 15 minutes given, right? And there will be no question and answer session, right? Based on your skills that you show, right? And the findings, right? And marks will be allocated accordingly, right? Right. So next week I will place the message in the LMS also, right? Presentation, right? So today is the last day of your group assignment, right? So you need to submit it. Right? Yesterday or something, day before yesterday, I noticed only one group submitted, right? So I just look at it, right? So it's very attractive. You have designed your one, right? So appreciate, right? If you can do that way, right? All of you, right? Okay. So I didn't refer the content, right? Just I look at this, right? Presentation, right? That's also very important, right? Presenting ideas of attractive way, right? Assignment, right? And the flow, right? The titles, structure, right? All these things are very, very important. Apart from the content, right? Now in some for example, when this is for the examination, right? So when we mark the examination papers, right? One time I could notice students, right? He has written only the answer, not the question, right? Just look at how many there are actually. Weight of the paper is the answer script is very high, right? So I thought that he has written well, right? But when I refer the content, right? He has written only the question. He has written all the pages, right? Like that way, right? So he may assume that we will look at the weight of the answer script and give the marks, right? Maybe that, right? Anyway, right? So that's content also very important, right? When you are writing, right? Don't cut and paste from the internet, right? You need to write it in your words, innovative way, right? Okay, right? So that is assignment, right? So that gives you a very good experience, so right? Group assignment, right? You can try with your group, right? You can develop more linkages with your group, right? And come up with new ideas, right? Finally, once you complete the degree, you may after that, right? You can imagine all these group works, how I see it, all these group work, interesting ideas, right? Some pros and some things, right? You have something to go, right? After this group work, right? Right. So anyway, right? So we will come to the lesson, right? Now we talk about this monopolistic competition, right? We have few only actually one more topic to discuss, right? International trade. So we'll start it next week, right? And then we'll have the presentation also, right? So we have 2 more weeks to go, right? Right. So monopolistic competition, right? So we discussed about this the short run situation, right? So like in the monopoly situation, in the monopolistic competitive market, the monopoly competitive monopolies, right? Monopolistic competition, this market also we see supernormal property in the short run, right? Now, if you refer this diagram, right? Now you can see, right? You know, like we have the more flatter demand, right? In this case, right? Demand curve is more flatter, right? Compared with the monopoly curve, right? And marginal revenue and the marginal cost, average cost, right? So we know the situation, the profit maximizing, marginal cost equal marginal revenue, right? So this is the demand curve, right? So that is the average revenue curve, no, right? And see the price, the monopolistic competitive market chart, by producing the best output level, right? At the profit maximizing level, right? So here the section point of the marginal cost and the marginal revenue, right? And based on that, you can identify the profit maximizing output level. Right? QS is the profit maximizing output level, and the price, the monopoly, the competitive chart is relatively high, right? High price, and in the short run, it's about the average cost, right? So the shaded area represent the supernormal profits, right? Like in monopoly firm, then we can observe in monopolistic competitive market as well, right? Right. So we are not going to talk much on that, right? And in the long run, what happens? Now, in the long run, we know that a monopoly firm earns supernormal profits, right? Regardless of the short run, long run, right? In the monopoly, we observe that the supernormal profit even in the long run. But in this case, what happens? So this is the monopolistic competitive market, right? So here the free entry is there, right? In the short run, what happens? The existing firms earn supernormal profits, no? There is opportunity to other firms to enter into the market, no? Right? So it's create a window opportunity for the other firms to enter into the market. There is no barriers, no? Right? So that's as a result of that, what happens? The long run firm produce like in a the perfect competitive situation in market produce at the minimum at the when the price equal average cost, no, right? Not the minimum point, right? Of the average cost, but they are producing the price is charged equivalent to the average cost, no, right? So because of this free entry, no, right? Free entry is there, right? Now the P one, right? So also can't see, right? So P something, right? P star or something, and the K star or something, right? So that is the profit maximizing output level is the Q, and P is the price charge that is equals to the average cost, non average cost, right? Because of the free entry, no, right? In the longer term, the existing firms earn normal profits, no, right? Since there's a free entry and exit, right? So we can manage the cost, right? So that is the situation, right? And this is different from the monopoly firm, right? But similar to the monopolistic, but perfectly competitive market situation, no, right? So that's the normal cost, the long run, right? So that is the situation, right? So when you draw the average cost curve, no, right? Long run average cost curve, middle of curve, no, right? Middle of curve, no, right? That measure the short run situations, no, as well as several times, no, right? And you know that long run marginal cost curve goes to the minimum point of the average cost, right? Longer term, the price is the charge by the monopolistic competitive firm is equal to the average. Right? So that is the lower run situation. Okay. And one more thing I added here, right, regarding the excess capacity, right? So we can talk about the excess capacity the firms running in a monopolistic competitive market. Firm, right? So in the long run, you know that equilibrium. PC means here perfect competitive market, right? And the MC means the monopolistic competitive market, right? We compare the longer run situation, right? So we can highlight important things, right? When you compare the perfectly competitive market and the monopoly market, the long run situation, right? So that is the excess capacity, right? Now, what is the situation in the perfectly competitive market in the longer term? You know that the firms produce at the minimum point of the average cost, right? In the longer run situation, right? So that means you know that the condition, right? So the marginal cost equal marginal revenue, right? And also that's exactly equals to the price average revenue, right? That's the long run. Right? That is the situation that we observe in a perfectly competitive market, right? The long run. Existing firms earn normal profits, no? At the minimum point of long run average cost, right? But when it comes to that we identify the output, right? The perfectly competitive firm, right? Output produced at the minimum cost, right? Is the optimum output, right? So that is we call it as capacity output, right? Based on the maximum capacity, right? That's why we call it as optimum output, right? So that we observe in the perfectly competitive market, right? But when it comes to the monopolistic competitive market in the long run, those firms, although it's more closer to the market competition, not right? As we identify, those firms in the long run produce not the minimum point of the average cost, somewhat above the average cost. So therefore, we cannot say it's an optimum output level, not right? But it is a profit maximizing output level by meeting the marginal cost and the marginal revenue, right? So that if we compare the monopolistic competitive market, the profit maximizing output level, and the perfectly competitive market, optimum output level, so there is a difference, right? The output level, right? Because both markets are competitive somewhat, right? Even though in monopolistic competitive market, we identify monopolistic or the monopoly features, right? Right? So downward sloping demand, yeah, right? Market power, right? Differentiation, right? But that difference we identify as the capacity, right? Excess capacity. There is a possibility to run the business in optimum way, but using the monopoly power, those firms that mean the monopolistic competitive market not produce the output at the minimizing level, right? So there are limits of excess capacity that we can identify as a inevitable feature in the monopolistic competitive market, right? Now, what is the situation? If you take the restaurant, we have the restaurants. I will see some restaurant your parents. Sometimes there may be excess seats, right? Even though that is not fully occupied, right? Right. So if you take this retail shops and for the bookshops, maybe for the hardware shops, right? There are the excess capacity, right? The monopoly power is there, monopoly is competitive, right? and in the monopolistic competitive market. Right? So, we take the details. Right? So, that we can observe, right? The excess capacity. Right? So that is the loan run, right? The loan run marginal cost. This monopolistic competitive market, right? MC, right? Don't take it as a marginal cost, right? So I mean here the MC means the monopolistic competition, right? So the firms never reach to the optimum output level, right? So that highlight the excess capacity in their business, right? You explain this to us, right? Right now, it is the perfectly competitive market, right? Nice. Equal average revenue. Marginal revenue, right? So this is the loan run situation, right? Loan run. We are talking about the loan run, right? The loan run, we know the loan run average cost curve, right? LRDC. In curve, right? So this is the loan run marginal cost curve, right? Goes through the minimum point of the average cost drop, right? So that determines the loan run equilibrium, right? You get the MC equal MR, right? This is the perfectly competitive market, right? Output level, profit maximizing output level, right? That equals to the average cost also, no, right? Generate normal profits, no, right? And so the normal profit. We take the monopoly firm, right? The loan run, right? Do it, right? This is the demand flow, right? You can go it in a tangent to the loan run average flow, right? I cannot change it, right? This is the demand flow, right? That equals to average revenue, right? Monopolistic competitive market, right? So this is the point, the tangent, right? The tangent point, okay. Yeah, so it, right? The marginal revenue curve, no, right? Right. This is the profit maximizing output level, monopolistic competitive market, right? The price. This is perfect competitive price, right? Competitive price, market competitive, price, monopolistic structure, right? So that is the now we see, right? So this is the capacity. This is called capacity output. Was perfectly competitive for right? Long run, no, is because minimizing output level, no, optimum output level, right? So the firms using its capacity maximum way, right? Efficient output level. Right? But when it comes to the monopolistic competitive market, even though the competition is there, right? The firms produce at this point, no, right? So this is the point A, right? We take this is the point B, no, right? Marginal cost equal marginal revenue, right? It's the profit. X equal MR point, no? Point A is the X equal MR point, no? But in the competitive market, all these the ratio, average revenue, marginal revenue, right? Price equal, right? But here at the point B, right? X equal MR, right? But you know that price is above the perfectly competitive market, right? In a monopolistic competitive market, price somewhat high compared with the perfect competition, right? Using the monopoly power, right? And they are producing QMC, that is this is the output level, profit maximizing output level of the monopolistic competition given by QMC, right? And this difference is the excess capacity. Excess capacity. And that is the excess capacity, right? So this is the capacity output level, optimum output level, no? The firm under the perfect competition, no, right? Competitive firms produce, no, right? But in a monopolistic competition, right? That output level is not optimum, right? They are producing much below, right? So what there's an excess capacity, right? Now you can see, right? In a perfectly competitive firm, right? And the monopolistic competitive firm, right? Regarding the price they charge, right? It's different from right. And the output determined, right? Not the optimum, no, right? When you come to the perfectly for the monopolistic competitive market, right? And demand curve is here horizontal, here outward sloping, no, right? And but both cases is the here also normal topics. Monopolistic competitive markets in the long run, like in the perfect competition, no, right? Normal profits, no, right? Because price equal average cost, no, right? Right. It was efficient, right? And why there is excess capacity, right? Once there is higher price, no, right? Very powerful, right? Because of this downward sloping demand curve, right? They can charge different prices, right? They can charge price differentiation, yeah, right? Even though the product are somewhat identical, no, right? So the firm can differentiate the products, no, right? Therefore, firm can charge high price, right? And they are not the price at the optimum level, output level, right? That is not the optimum level, output level. So they are the firms is running its excess capacity, right? So we can take those examples, the restaurant case, no, right? Restaurant, other retail shops, no, right? So these cases, the excess capacity, no, right? The monopolistic competitive one, right? Okay. Is it clear? that's about the monopolistic competition, right? So then we are going to talk about the oligopoly market, right? Oligopoly. That is also important market. Mostly we see this oligopoly and the monopolistic competitive markets in the real world, no? Right? So now here in the oligopoly market, right? So there are few big firms operating, no? Right? Few firms dominate the market, no? Right? So it can't be one firm, right? More than one, no? Right? Sometimes less than 10, maybe, no? Right? Mostly we see the 2-3 firms, no? Right? Operating the market, right? So that means the market share divided among these few firms, right? So those firms are dominated in the market, no? Right? So that is the situation in the oligopoly market, right? So that we see the high concentration, no? Right? So since the few firms operate in the market, what is the situation? Firms are interdependent, no? Right? Firms are interdependent. But we see in the monopolistic competitive markets, there are some large firms operate, no, right? Even though the market share is significantly distributed among the firms, right? The firms are not independent, no? Sorry, interdependent, right? So there is an independence. Which is there in the monopolistic competitive market. Firms are independent, right? Because one side there's a differentiation also, no? Right? Right, product differentiation, right? But when it comes to the oligopoly market, firms are highly dependent, right? Other firms' actions, no, right, affect to the market, right? Those who exist in the market, no, right? So all the decision taken by the firms by looking at the behavior of the other firms, no, right? Right. Their reactions, no, their actions, no, right? Right. If the firms are interdependent, market is highly concentrated, no, right? There is a concentration, high concentration ratio, no, in the market, right? So those firms are price makers, no, right? So those now we know that's price makers, right? But since the firms are highly interdependent, right? Price is not an effective tool, no, right? Because if one firm reduce the price, others also react accordingly, you know, right? Right. Price is not an effective tool, but there are price wars, no, right? Practically, we see among these oligopoly market firms operating the oligopoly market, right? But it is not an effective tool, right? Now we know that Coca-Cola and the Pepsi-Cola, no, right? International, the oligopoly market situations, no, right? There are price, you know, competition among these firms, no, right? Between these firms, no, right? But those actually not an effective tool, right? Because all the firms react in a similar manner, no? If one firm increase the price, others will never follow that one, no, right? Right. Because the firm who raise the price may lose, no, right? Right. Therefore, others will not follow. Right? Others will get the advantage, no, right? Therefore, there can be possibility raising the price, no, right? But if they reduce the price, what happens? Others also follow the same thing, right? So basically, we see sometimes this if one firm is leading the industry, no, right? So there is a leader follower framework is developed, right? So mostly in the oligopoly situations, we see the leader, no, right, and the follower, no, right. Now we know that in now there's a oligopoly market created with the oil distribution, no, right. So our main distributor, government distributor, there is a monopoly, no, right. But now what happened? Innovate is there, no, right. The IOC is there, no, right. No, right. The three firms operate, no, right. There's a price war, so now Singapore is giving at a lower price, no, right? Others actually, because of the government, maybe, right, there are some problems arise, no, right? Because they can't reduce the price, no, right? The price competition also there, right? That case also we see, right? So, but basically these price maker firms, no, right? Right, because the average revenue and the marginal revenue, if you compare, right? Normally, it's average revenue is greater than the marginal revenue, right? And you see the average revenue and the marginal revenue falls, that means the normal demand curve, no, right? Here also we see, right? The downward sloping, but not the demand curve that we see in the monopolistic competition or the monopoly market, right? There is a difference, right? Right. So now here other one is now here the few firms dominated the market, right? So the firms are price makers mostly, right? But price is not an effective tool, right? And also the products, if you take the nature of the products, this market is homogeneous or differentiated. Both can be observed, right? Sometimes homogeneous, sometimes differentiated products, right? Therefore, we can identify this perfect oligopoly and the imperfect oligopoly. Perfect oligopoly case, we see the homogeneous product, identical product, right? If we take the oil, no, gas, no, right? Right? Steel, right? All these products are what is homogeneous, no, identical, no, right? So there is a perfect oligopoly, no, in those industries, no, right? But the imperfect oligopoly is not there, right? So in that case, we see the differentiated product, right? Not homogeneous. Right? So now if we take the automobile industry, no, right? So there's a differentiation, no, right? That is the case of imperfect oligopoly, right? So another conditioners, motorbikes, televisions, no, all these. So if we take those industries, right? Those are imperfect oligopoly markets because somewhat differentiated products are there, right? Not identical, right? So now here in this case, what happens? The price change by one firm has less or direct effect upon the rival firms, no, right? Means the firms are highly depends, no, right? Market share sometimes get divided between the two firms or three firms, no, right? Or few firms dominated in the market, no, right? So the price reactions will affect the other firms, no, right? So there's a direct impact, no, right? Because market depend on the now. If you know that according to the law of demand, no? If the price decrease, demand increase, no, right? So that means more market will be attracted to that firm, no, right? If they reduce the price, no, right? The price is the mostly affected, but in this case, it is very attractive if all the firms follow other, right? And there are barriers to enter, right? There's a mistake in the last time they made it, right? I correct it here, no, right? There's no barriers, no, right? But there are barriers in the industry, right? So that means restricted market is there, the oligopoly, right? So therefore, what happened? Only the few firms operated in the industry, right? Because this is restricted, right? We see only few firms all the time, the longer term exit, right? So those are the main features, right? Mainly we can highlight the domination of the few firms, right? And the high interdependence of the firms, right? And the products nature may be either homogeneous or the differentiated products. Right. And also there is no entry barriers is there, right? Entry is restricted in this market, right? So those are the main features that we can. And if you look at these firms and the interdependence, right? So these are the, now we see a very close rival, right? Competition among these 2 or 3 firms. That's one, right? So one firm's decisions affect the other firm, right? So what happened? What is the implication of that, right? So that's why one firm's, if they take the changes, no, right? It will affect to the others, no, right? And others also follow the same way, right? So therefore, all the time they see the other firm's reactions, no? And their decisions, no? When they are taking the business decisions, no? Right? Firms are highly depends, no? Right? Interdependence we can find, right? And what happens now? Here, the firms are interdependent, right? We see the demand. So the curves, right? That means the nature of the demand curve, right? So is called king demand curve, right? King demand curve, right? Because of these highly independent, right? So for an example, if the one firm raise the price, other firms will not follow, right? That means the demand for the firm that increase the price, no, right? They will lose the market. That means their demand drastically decrease, no, right? So because people move to the other firms, no, the market, right? Because they are not following that, right? So that is the case, right? So that means we see they are actually the what you call this price elasticity, right? So it is price elastic demand, right? If the price increase, what happened? Quantity demand significantly decrease, right? So that can be occurred in the case of elastic demand, right? So the firm has elastic demand in that case, right? For the product. And if the price decrease, what happened? If one firm decrease the price, other firm also decrease. So finally, there will be no significant impact on the firm that raising the price, right? So that means even though the price decrease, quantity demand not increase significantly, right? Because other firms also do accordingly, right? So that means what happened? What is the price elasticity? In that case, we see the price inelastic demand, right? So that's why we see in a oligopoly market is very tight demand curve, thin demand curve. It means there's a turning point when the active, right? So we can observe that, right? Right? So price rigidity is there, right? The demand curve is king and also price is fixed, right? Because no one is willing to change the price, right? So there's no significant impact, right? Benefit, right? Revenue is not, they cannot achieve the revenue target, right? Even the price increasing or decreasing. Because if the price increase, that means increase. If one firm increase the price, other firms not follow, right? They will keep same, maintain the same price level that they earlier charged, right? And those firms will be benefited, right? And one firm reduce the price, they are also, that firm cannot see any significant impact on the revenue, right? Because other firms also reduce the price, right? The firm that increase the price will not get higher revenue, right? So that means price elasticity is inelastic, right? So that means price rigidity finally we can see in the oligopoly market, right? Right. So that's why he mentioned price is not an effective instrument here, right? In order to raise the revenue, and the profits, no, right? In a oligopoly market situation. Right. Now you can see here, right? With the king demand curve, right? Now you see at a particular point, it's turning point, right? So that is the king, no bend is there, right? Demand curve is get divided. So part of the demand is elastic, other part of the demand curve is become inelastic, right? Now if we take this elastic region, no, right? So that means the firms, now if we assume the current firm charge the P1 price, right? So that is the P1 price is the current price, right? P1 price is the current price. Now let's go now. Quantity is the Q1, right? Right. Demand. However, if the firm increase the price above the P1, right? If they are P2 here, what happened? So you see price increase, right? So the quantity demand decrease significantly, right? For the firm, right? And here, if the price decrease, what happened? Even though if we decrease the price drastically, right? Somewhere here, but quantity demand will not increase proportionately, right? Yes, proportionate increase in the quantity demand is our compared with the price change, right? So that means in elastic region, right? So that is the situation. Therefore, that create rigid price, and the demand curve is said to be king, K-A-K-E-D, right? King. So here the king demand curve into king, right? That means this is the bend, right? So we identified this is the king demand curve, right? Here, current price, if we take the price, yes, in this price, right? In this price, which is there, right? So suppose now the price increase, the firms increase the price up to P2, P1 to P2, right? So we see the quantity demand, right? Reduce, right? Proportionately at higher rate, right? There is a significant decline in the quantity demand compared with the price change, right? That's why it's elastic, right? Area is elastic. This area inelastic. For an example, if the price decrease by this much, no, right? You want to get the more market share, right? So that is not a successful decision, right? Because other firms also reduce the price accordingly, right? So this is particular firm, right? In a oligopoly market, right? Oligopoly firm, right? So what happened? Quantity demand, right? Proportionate change in quantity demand, right? It's not significant, no, compared with the price change. No? Price decrease from P1 to P3, right? At higher portion, but quantity demand increase slightly, no, right? From Q1 to Q3, no, right? Because other firms also reduce their price, no, accordingly, no, right? So firms are interdependent, right? So that's why we see the price will be different, right? And the demand curve is king, right? King demand curve, you can observe in this market, right? What you call it? Market, right? Okay. There is a king demand curve, right? So the demand curve is called king, right? So it is simple, right? But good representation, right? To explain the relationship between the curve, right? To explain the interdependence of the curve. What you call market, right? Now, these are the two demand curves, no? Right? This is the flattening demand curve. This is steep demand curve, right? Two demand curves, right? But here we take as a one steep demand model, right? This one plane, right? One demand curve, right? Location, right? So that is steep demand, right? Now another feature that we can observe, right? Now the price is not an effective price. So there are few firms, big firms operate in the industry, right? So in practice, what they can do, right? They can make some arrangements, right? Among them, friendly arrangements, like coalition, right? The group behavior we can observe as a part of them. They will move as a group, right? Because price changes is not an effective tool, right? So if price goes, if it is there, right? Finally, what happened? All the firms, right? There is no any effect on the market, right? Share, right? So what they can do is the existing firms can make the group actions, right? Can get together, can do something, right? Can decide the price, right? So that creates kind of monopoly market, right? Now, there are three firms operate in the market, right? So that's a monopoly market, right? Usually, if they try to change the price and track the market share, right? So that will not a effective tool, right? Because others also follow, right? Price increase and decrease nothing happen, right? So therefore, they can make a coalition, right? Some get together can do something. So that we can observe the group behavior, that market situation, right? Or sometimes you know that cartel, right? Cartel also established, right? Now they are producing countries, right? Countries are there, right? They get together and form the cartel, right? And group behavior, right? So to in order to get the maximum benefits, right? From the market, right? By taking the common actions, pricing, right? So as a group, they can raise the price, right? Maybe sometimes like limit the supply, right? Right? So they can influence on the price, right? So the group will be benefited, right? So as a profit maximizing tool, right? They can use this collective action, right? Policy action, right? Rather than work as an independent firm, right? But there is no participation, even though the firms try to, so they cannot do so, right? So as a strategy, those firms can make the actions right together, right, and do something in order to maximize their right. There is the group behavior. So we can observe the group behavior in this market situation. Right. And we can say other thing, indeterminate demand curve. So now I think now some of these slides not available to you, right? So if you say that all the things are available with you, right? All the materials, right? Just you look in, right? Nothing will come to your mind, right? And deposited in your mind, right? If you get some writings or notes, take the copy it, write down in your notes, right? So we will make some commitments, right? To understand, to realize the situation, right? Or to write it, to copy it, right? You will get some knowledge, right? You will deposit in your mind, right? So that's why I changed this one, right? Even though, right, since you are suggested, right, please give the full notes, right? I will upload these things at the end of the lecture, right? Okay. Right. But it's better if sometimes I forget it, right? If I forget it, right, you may lose the content, right? Therefore, you may write down these things, right? Anyway, I will upload at the end, right? Okay. Better to copy it, right? So therefore, you can copy, right? So now what happened, right? Now, if there is a demand curve is indeterminate, right? This is king, right? So the firms cannot predict the future, right? In this situation, right? By changing the price even, right? Yes, right. So that's why we take the indeterminate demand curve, right? So they cannot predict their sales, their markets, so it's change, right? With the other firms' actions, right? Right. So change in the price of the output by one firm leads to seriously affect the other firms, right? So other firms also react on that, right? So we can observe that, right? So that's why we say under oligopoly, price once determined, right, continues to prevail for a long time, right? So if there is a determinate demand curve, right? So once the price is fixed, that is fixed, right? So there is that's why we earlier mentioned rigid price is created, right? Because of this interdependence of the firms, right? So that is the story behind that, right? So that price is prevail, right? So then what happened? Those firms can use the price is not effective, non-price strategies, right? That's why these oligopolistic oligopoly firms, right, use not the price strategies, right? So that can take much, right? Therefore, those firms use non-price strategies, right? Maybe after sales service, right? Right. Maybe the marketing, right? Right. Likewise, non-price strategies they use, right, in order to drag the market, right? Right. So that can be happened, right? Now this demand curve, right? Pink demand curve, right, is introduced by the Swiss, right? Swiss demand curve, right? So there is a pink demand curve, right? So the person who introduced this pink demand curve, Dr. Swiss, right? So that is we observe that one in the elastic and inelastic region, right? The price changes, right? How we can reduce the firm's behavior, right? So other firms also react, right? And then it becomes the price, right? The market is, right? So we can see that one, right? With the upper demand curve and the lower demand curve, right? In part, right? Upper demand curve, we observe that the elastic demand, price in the price will have no effect, right? Definitely the firms lose the market, right? And the lower part of the demand curve, right? Which is inelastic part, right? Decline in the price, reducing in the price also not effective, right? Firms will not be able to drag the sufficient market, right? And increase the revenue, right? Is the even though the price increase, demand will not respond accordingly, right? Other firms follow same policy, right? Therefore, we feel it demand, right? Now, if you look at now, we observe this demand curve, right, in the oligopoly market, right? each demand curve is there, right? Now the turning point is given as A, right? When, right? The upper part is elastic and the lower part is inelastic, right? So, to take the for the marginal revenue curve, right? So marginal revenue curve, so we can identify the two parts, right? There's a constant part also there, right? So that is at the king point, right? At the point, right? We see the marginal revenue is constant, right? Then there are the marginal revenue is the other part, right? Marginal revenue curve will go this way, right? So again, I want this constant part, right? Right. If you added this average cost curve and the marginal cost curve, okay? They say, right, that we discussed in the previous discussions, right? We can add this green line orange cost curve and the blue line marginal cost curve, right? So here also now we see MC equal N bar, right? So this is the marginal revenue curve at this point, right? MC, this is the marginal revenue. This is the marginal cost at this point, right? Marginal cost equal marginal revenue, right? And the price is fixed, right? They give price, right? So in the oligopoly situation, right? This price is fixed, right? Since the firms are the dependents, right? We can observe, right? Now here the situation is this price, right? If you even in the constant era, right? The firm has some price to even though the marginal cost is changed, no, right? They the firms will maintain the same fixed price, no, right? There's a possibility to maintain the same price even though the marginal cost is changed, right? If you take the marginal cost curve shift upward, no, right? This fixed area, right? So the firm can maintain the same price, no, right? That is the situation that you observe. Right? So that is the king demand curve, right? And the output is determined, right? Based on the fixed price, the price. There are certain models actually, right? In the global market, right? Bertrand model, right? Some models are there, right? I'm not going to discuss those models, right? So one thing we identified, right? So that is the, I will give you one question, right? Mostly we identify this in dominant firms, right? Approach, right? And there's a leader and the follower, right? So then the marketplace gets divided, right? Between the leader and the follower, right? We can do one price from that, right? According to the leader follower approach, right? Right. So now we observe that if you take the fixed price, right? Price is not an effective tool in this case, right? Even though you see some practically some price also happen, right? But mostly the firm use non-price strategies, right? So in order to maintain their market share, raise the market share, right? So the product designing the quality products, right? Improve the quality, packaging, right? So that way they are going to attract the customers for their product and effective distribution, maybe, right? Advertising, promotion, right? And their services, right? Those are the important non-price strategies, right? For exercise, right? In order to increase the market share, right? From the price force, right? We can identify the price force and the non-price strategies, right? So mostly we see this price force is not an effective, right? Because firms are highly interdependent, right? Therefore, mostly in the monopolistic, oligopoly market is unpriced strategies exercise and attract the market, right? So basically now when you can look at, if I say this way, right? So in an oligopoly market situation, the firm objective is not to profit maximization, but market expansion, right? Right. Profit is not the main purpose, right? In such a market situation, no? Keeping and creating customers, no? Right? Profitable customers, no? Right? Attract customers for the market is the most effective one, right? The firm main objective is to maintain the market share, no? Right? So in such market situation, right? So the profits are there, but profit maximization, as we discussed in the previous discussions, no, they're not the main objective of this firms, no, right? So that is replaced by the market share, no, right? So improving the market share. That also can emphasize that when you look at the behavior of these firms, no, right? All right, right. These are the some of the questions, right? I give you, right? You can try it, right? And one argue that monopolistic competition, right? It's a hybrid of monopoly and the competition, right? This is the previous one, right? Monopolistic competition. It's a hybrid of monopoly and competition, right? Because if you look at these features of the monopolistic competitive market, right? And at this demand curve and so on, right? Other things, right? And identify these monopoly features and the competitive features, right? So we can think about this market situation, whether it's more towards the perfect particular other market, right? Or there's a balance, right? But it's more towards the perfect competitive one, right? And the second one, what do you mean by the excess capacity we discussed, right? So type of industries having this excess capacity, right? One factor for excess capacity, right? And the high concentration, high interdependence, right? Is the main feature that can be commonly seen in the oligopoly market, right? So that mainly behavior of the market in the oligopoly situation, right? So highly depend on the interdependence, right? Since the market share is divided to firms, right? The firms are being, right? That you can highlight, right? To explain that. Mainly this behavior of the firms mainly explains to this. That's why we identify demand curve, right? Those are the questions, right? So one more thing, right? So now you can think about as one market model right there, right? Without markets, right? Right. Now you have given, suppose we have given the market demand function, right? Price equal to speed, right? And the cost functions given leader and the follower, right? Right now that revenue of the oligopoly market, right? It's questionable, right? But the cost, we know that firms can manage it, right? So there's a big price, right? And the revenue depends on the behavior of these firms, right? Right. With respect to changing the price and so on, right? And with respect to the other market strategies, and price strategies, right? So we have given the cost function of the leader, AQ, followed over 4Q, right? And then C1 is AQ, C2 is 4Q, right? Q cost function. and the demand function also given. We did find out the profit maximizing output level and the profits. What are the profit maximizing output level, leader and the follower? And the profits, leader and the follower. How do you do that? We have given the market demand, right? Now here, the market demand, right? So we take the approach. Yeah, so is leader follow, right? There's a leader and the follower, right? One firm leads the market or the industry, right? Other firms follow, right? One firm's action affect to the other firms, right? And but the demand get divided between the leader and the follower, right? So the instrument here is the output, right? One is the output, right? Any instrument, because output explained by the leader and the follower, right? Total output or the demand mean get divided between the leader and the follower, right? Okay. Yeah, the follower, right? So, even though the leader is there, right? Sometimes you don't know, right? Whether there's a high demand for their products or not, right? Sometimes follower has high demand, right? That's maybe, right? So this is, we have given the profit function, so demand function, right? 24 minus 2, 24 minus 2, okay. And the cost leader cost function 8Q, follower cost function 4Q, right? You know that cost depends on the output, right? Leader and the follower, right? Cost maybe the difference, right? Functions are different, right? So how we do that? Yes, now the price function is 24 minus here. Cost function leader 8Q, follower 4Q. Now the profit, you know that the profit that means the minus 0, right? If we take the profit of the follower, right? That's for revenue price. Right? Okay, right? So then you get, right? Now we can do, right? the thing. Right? This is output is getting divided between the lead and follower. Right? So is the output for like we make, right? Now the price means 24 minus Q, right? Now the Q means what? QL plus QF, right? QF. Output is market output means it represents the lead and the follower, right? Market output get divided between the lead and the follower. Right? So this Q, right? Sorry. 24 minus Q means like QL plus QF, right? Into QF, right? Okay. Minus BC means HQ, right? The follower for QF, right? Follower for QF. This is 24 minus Q minus QF. QF, right? Minus 4 QF, right? We can write it as, right? 24 QF minus QL QF QF square, right? We simplify this equation, right? We move the brackets and then minus 4 QF, right? Now we need to find out the output level. No? So we differentiate this function, no? Right? Right. Okay. The d pi over dq f. No? We differentiate the followers profit function, no? Right? So that is 24 minus QL minus QF minus 4. Right. That means 24, 20, no? Right. Equals to 0, no? Right? And then profit 99, right? Yes. Identify the output level of follow. Yes. To get I know very careful that patients that you can identify the function. Here, we take minus 20, no, right? Now give minus equally minus 20. Then 10 minus half. Get now, right? This, that is the follower, right? We are supposed to calculate the output level, no, right? And the profits, right? Here is the profit function, no, right? Taking the total cost, right? This is given the direct function, we can substitute that function into the calling limit, right? So then this is the followers output, right? We cannot identify that one, right? But so therefore we need to take the leader, no, right? Same way you can you identify the leader of it. Leader's profit function that you derive. Leader's profit function, correct? Now here we derive the followers profit function, right? And we derive the leader's profit function. Okay, can you derive the followers leader? And this take no, right? Finally, anyway, right now, more negative, no? Yeah, this one is negative, right? Minus 2 finger, minus finger, minus 20, right? Is there different charge? Minus cancel out, no? Finally, it's settled, no? Right? You can cancel out minus. Okay. This become plus, no? Right? That means if you want to remove the minus, you multiply by minus, this plus 2 is well, plus 12 equals plus 20, no, right? That means this become plus, no, right? Right? Then we take the follower, the leader now, you can take the leader. Right? Minus, yeah, you simply write square plus square into Q, right? Minus either first function is 8QL. Right, you can same thing for the leader. Okay, leader. 24 minus QL minus QL, right? And then in this take this, if you like QL, QL. Okay. If you go in, again, minus QL, QL. And yeah, minus 8QL, right? So you can do your calculation your own way, right? You get the d5 over d, right? D is right. Differentiate, right? Okay. 8. See. It's D. Figure. How we can, we know the leaders output, we don't know, right? But we know the followers. We can substitute here, no, right? Instead of QF, we can write followers function, right? And
Plus or minus. Minus now.
sorry,
5 not 10 minus.
10 minus. Is it minus? Uh,
Okay.
plus. Now you can substitute this to this function, right? We can can maximizing level, you need to equate this one minus 16 minus square, 16 minus square, minus square, zero, right? And you do it. Can find the minus square and Right? 8 minus half cubic, right? You can substitute these two equations, you can get, and or you can substitute this into this, and find the output level of the reader. Minus UF means 10 minus half. Well, right. So it's best right. Can you identify it out? Readers output level. Correct, sir.